Welcome back. This is Monty once again from DPL Surveillance Equipment. I haven't made a podcast in a while, so I figure I better make one right away, especially considering some things that are probably warrant you're looking into. You want to look into this definitely, you guys. Mainly because it's kind of relevant and timely. This headline reads, Trump calls on Fed to cut interest rates and resume bond buying to stimulate growth. Now, I don't know whether or not a lot of you are paying attention to what this means and the implications, but asking the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates in addition to resuming the bond buying program, that basically signals that he's throwing in the towel and not only admitting that he's not going to achieve giving us a strong economy that can average 3-4% GDP or higher, but he's actually admitting that he wants to really avoid a recession, which is inevitable. Okay, he's not going to avoid a recession. That's out of the question. Things have just gotten to the point where Jerome Powell and the people who run the Federal Reserve, and not to mention the other central bankers, particularly those in Europe and in China and Japan, they all know that the warning signals are the warning signs are there, and we can't ignore them. With 0.04% interest rate on the German bond and Japan doing things out of desperation to basically adopt cryptocurrencies as an alternative form of payment, in addition to Switzerland transitioning from having a traditional economy to having a crypto base, their own version of Silicon Valley, or rather, they want to have a cryptocurrency. A Bitcoin type of Silicon Valley in Switzerland. In other words, they want to become Bitcoin friendly to the point where they have their own version of Silicon Valley, but it's for cryptocurrencies, where they encourage entrepreneurs and investors and blockchain projects and all these things going on in Switzerland. So a lot of the countries, they know that it's time to make a transition to another economic model, and it's not working. It's not working. The present model is not working. But it's very interesting that in the United States that we see that Trump is pointing the finger and blaming Jerome Powell for not giving him a strong economy. But remember, you guys, Trump promised to deliver. He promised health care for you guys, particularly you supporters. He promised infrastructure development. He promised there was plenty of money for a wall. He promised, job creation and that repatriation of company profits from overseas, trillions of dollars that were parked overseas. He promised you guys that money was going to come here and that was going to be invested in factories and producing jobs, and hopefully deficits would be pared down and paid down. But I don't know if you guys are paying attention or not. You're probably not even paying attention. But the twin deficits are breaking records, the wrong type of records. They're going up dramatically, not down. Typically in your household finances, you know full well that you guys have to balance your budgets. You guys have to pay down your debt. You guys have to make timely payments on your credit cards. But the federal government is not doing that. They're not managing the money at all. As a matter of fact, the trade deficits are going through the roof, and the budget deficits are accumulating at astronomical rates. So look at the big picture. Pay attention to what's going on. I'll include this information in the article because I know a lot of you are too busy working because you're this president that you put a lot of faith in, he's not delivering. He's not going to deliver because the structural problems are just too significant for him to fix. And instead of instead of addressing them, he's avoiding the issues. He's not even talking about paying down debt and freeing up money for infrastructure, for education, for a lot of the things that he promised. So anyway, I'm going to include this article along with the podcast. Take a look at it. Just remember the fact that he's trying to compel the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates, in addition to reinstating quantitative easing. That is basically equivalent to throwing up the white flag of surrender. That means he doesn't have any other tools. He doesn't have any other resources except to run to the Federal Reserve and ask them to stimulate the economy with more artificial money, more monopoly money, more buying back of assets. And believe it or not, when the Federal Reserve prints money to buy back assets, that's monopoly money that's pumped into the coffers of the bankers. The bankers don't distribute money to the common people. They keep that money to themselves, just like they did before. That's not going to change anytime soon. And this is a clue for you guys to understand that QE is an admission of failure, basically, because Trump is not responding to the financial crisis that Obama had. Obama had pretty much a banking collapse to deal with. When that $700 billion, when that check was written out to the bankers, that was the bankers attempting to force Obama's hand as far as making him rescue those banks, because the banks were saying that they were going to completely collapse, and one was going to trigger a domino effect for all the others, and that was the crisis. And not to mention the automobile manufacturers closing thousands and thousands of dealerships. That would have laid off far too many people. That would have devastated the economy. Trump didn't have to deal with any of that. Okay, I don't know how many times we have to tell you guys, pay attention to what's going on now as compared to what's going on before. The economic environment that Trump inherited is not the economic environment that Obama had to deal with. Only thing Trump had to do was maintain the momentum and build upon that momentum. But he's not doing that, and he's not going to do it. He's going to be distracted, and he's going to get in the way of the people that he hires to do a good job. He's going to get in their way and cause people to lose confidence in him and to quit early or get fired because they want to speak out and all that. Just total chaos. Anyway, I'm going to include this in the podcast. Carolyn, you want to tell these geniuses anything about why Bitcoin is important and what they should be looking at as compared to what's going on now?
Well, Bitcoin gets you away from the banks, and you can
repeat that again a little bit louder.
Bitcoin can get you out of the banking system completely.
And Bitcoin is actually, it doesn't care about how old you are, how young you are, what your nationality is, right?
No.
You can send people money, whatever amount, all over the planet without worrying about that stuff, right?
Right, between you and me, there's no third person, a bank taking any discount fees or anything. No one else is in your pocket besides you.
Right, it's financial sovereignty. You guys got to understand. This is April is Financial Literacy Month, so we wanna not take it for granted. Okay, learn what the current monetary system is all about. Learn what the dollar represents. Hopefully, where it came from. And what's going on with fiat currency as compared to Bitcoin, which is finally we have a true form of money that's actually limited as far as how many is going to be printed out, and it's true money in the truest sense that we've ever had, in the sense that it's verifiable by math. You go into the blockchain, you take a look at how many Bitcoins are in circulation, and the fact that we can't print out anymore, and it just brings about a type of transparency that we've never seen before. So anyway, we're going to wrap up this session, but read the article and realize that forcing a cut in interest rates and resuming QE is tantamount to throwing up the white flag, admitting surrender, that Donald Trump basically is not going to deliver. He can't deliver, and he knows he's not going to deliver, so now he's begging the Federal Reserve to reverse what they were trying to do. I see the Federal Reserve was actually trying to raise interest rates on a steady, predictable trajectory to get the economy back on solid footing, even though that was going to be a major deal. But now he wants to even reverse all of that, so that he's going to prolong any healing, prolong taking the bad medicine that Jerome Powell wanted to give to the economy because of all of the funny money that had been pumped into the economy. So anyway, you guys take care, have a good day, and good luck out there. Bye.